So you've been looking into high ticket closing because you want out of your day job, but you've still got those questions like, what actually is it? Can you actually make good money from it? Is it actually a real opportunity? Well, in this video, I'm going to break down everything you need to know about high ticket closing. Now, I have personally closed tens of millions in this space as a closer. I've been doing it for the last 5 years. I've also helped hundreds of people to transition into remote sales and close a combined hundreds of millions in this space. So that's why today I'm going to give you the honest breakdown of what it actually is, why it's not sales in the way most people think, how it actually works, what you need to succeed in it, and why it's the fastest way to get actual freedom. And I'm talking about location freedom, time freedom, and financial freedom. So let's get into it. What is high ticket closing? Well, as a high ticket closer, you're basically a freelance entrepreneurial sales closer. You work for yourself, closing deals for successful online businesses, and then taking a commission of everything you bring in. You're an entrepreneur, you are not an employee. And you work exclusively in the online space. That's why it's 100% remote. And the deal sizes are usually between 5 and 20K, and you're going to take 10 to 15% commission on everything you bring in. Although, to be honest, you're more looking at about 10%, 80% of the time. But what that does mean is that the average commission per sale is anywhere between 500 and 2K. That's how I was making more in a day than I used to in a week in my old sales job, because sell a 12K deal, get 1,200 commission per sale. But look, one of the biggest differences is as a remote closer, you take pre-qualified Zoom calls. So you're not chasing leads, you're not speaking to people who aren't interested in what you do. You speak to people who already know what you're going to go through, and they actively need the help that you can give them. You're not doing t-shirts, you're not doing door to door. You're definitely not in a call center. This isn't old school sales where you go out and pitch to as many people as possible and just hope someone buys from you. This is high level sales. You have to qualify people. You have to actually connect to their pain. You have to show that what you do is going to be the right solution for what they're looking for. So who do you work with and what do you actually sell as a high ticket closer? Well, closers are going to partner with experts. They're going to be coaches, consultants, agencies, and they're usually going to work in the health, wealth, or relationship spaces. But the main thing you need to focus on is these businesses need to have two things. And the first is a high ticket offer. What that means is a program, a service that costs above 5K. Like I said, usually 5 to 20K. But the thing to really realize about what they sell is they sell something that's designed to help someone to solve a certain problem. Like I said, it's in the health, wealth, relationship spaces. So if you're in the health space, think of a fitness coach that helps people to get in better shape, or a mindset coach that helps them to get into a better place with their mindset. Or if it's in the wealth space, you could help someone to make more money or change the way they make money. Like me, I'm in that space. Or even relationships. I've had some of my guys on offers that help people to fix marriages, or even dating coaches. Think about it like this. If you have a high level of two of these things, but you're missing one, you're going to be pretty miserable. If you've got a six-pack and a six-figure income, then obviously you're going to be miserable because you've got no one to share it with. Or if you're in great shape, you've got an amazing family, but you don't make that much money. Again, you're going to be miserable. So you would seek the help of someone who can help you in one of those areas. Now, the second thing these offers need is an audience. So as a closer, you're going to work with someone who already brings in an audience. They bring in traffic. And that could be someone with a big personal brand. It could be someone who's really good at advertising. So let's say that you work with a fitness coach who has a big personal brand. They're going to put loads of content out there that helps people to get in shape or fix their diet. But it's not going to be enough to transform them. It's not going to be enough that they can actually get in the best shape of their life. But the people who follow these pages are people who are actively looking to improve. So there's going to be a percentage of those people that are going to be suitable for the high ticket offer that they sell. And these online businesses also have teams of people who speak to their audience and try to get them to book in a call to speak to a closer. They're called appointment setters. So if you're working with someone who's drawing in tens, even hundreds of thousands of people, then there's still going to be a small percentage of those people who are going to be suitable for what you sell. But like I said, these businesses, these coaches, they have a proven offer, they have an audience, but what they need is a professional to come in and close their clients who can actually close at a good rate. That's why they need a skilled high ticket closer in their business. But it's a digital info product. It has high margins. That's why they can give a closer 10% for everything they do bring in. Now look, here's why this is such a powerful vehicle, because you don't need a product. You plug into someone's already successful business. You don't need an audience. You don't need to post content. You don't need to run ads. That's what the business does for you. And there's no costs on the money you make. When I was making 20K a month as a closer, that was all my money. I didn't have to spend money on ads or staff or anything like that. It was all my commission that I kept. Also, flexibility. You get to choose when you take these calls. You're not really taking more than 5-6 calls in a day. So I never really worked past 5-6 hours a day as a closer. So I could sit up and close in places like this in Greece. I could work the hours that I actually wanted to. So it's more flexible than most other things out there. And that also means it's one of the easiest ways to transition out of a day job, because you can close in the evenings and the weekends. If you have an offer, you can't expect one closer to work 7-day weeks and 12-hour days. So you're going to need a closer who works 9 to 5, but you're also going to need someone in the evenings and the weekends. So if you work in 9 to 5 and you can close in the evening and weekends, replace your income and then do it full time. That's how one of my guys, Joe, was doing door-to-door sales. He did it in the evening and weekend. He made 10K a month burst, part-time, and then he transitioned out. Now he's doing like 25K a month as a full-time closer. But if you are a salesperson like me, the best thing about high ticket closing is it is just selling. You're not doing admin, you're not chasing leads, you're not spending more of your time in a CRM. You are just taking high-level sales calls and closing, usually in one call. Typical sales jobs, you spend 80% of your time doing everything around selling. But here, you're spending 90% of your time just doing the selling. But here's the really important part. What does it actually take to win in high-ticket sales? Because the truth is that no one really bothers to tell you is that closing is not about being a master manipulator or some slick salesman. It's not about Jedi mind tricks. It's about emotional intelligence. It's about being able to lead a call with authority. About being able to genuinely try and understand the person you're speaking to and help them rather than just sell something that they don't need. This is a high income skill. It can give you a high level of opportunity, but you need to be highly skilled in it. And that doesn't happen overnight. You're going to need discipline. You're going to need ownership. You're going to need to learn how to communicate at a high level. You're going to need to be coachable. You're going to need to have a thick skin. And you're going to have that hunger to constantly improve and not get complacent. So if you're someone who's soft, if you're blaming others for everything, if you need a high level of motivation to do anything, this is not the space for you. But if you belong to that small percentage of people who actually want to work hard for the rewards, then this is the best opportunity you will come across. So if you do think that high ticket closing is the right thing for you, then I run a mentorship program where I build people a guaranteed path into a role as remote closers. You get elite level sales training, you get mentorship from me one-on-one. You get access to a network of offers. You can go into an actual role that will give you opportunity. There's also a big community of like-minded people that you can connect to, get around. So if you are ready to finally level up your sales, if you're ready to finally break through to freedom, then click the link in the description below, book a call with me, one on the team, and I will show you what this roadmap looks like.